Just got a new appointment for my roofer. I had the maintenance director of the facility call me back about 5 days after I left a message, and he said, "I'm not looking for an inspection, I'm looking for a new roof." And so we're going to go out, get him an estimate, and he just basically told me everything he wanted to see. And so this is a property that my client had even visited last year, so there was already a little bit of a relationship there, and he's a rock star, so he'll be able to go out there on Thursday and get this one done.
Got a couple new FTAs this afternoon. One was for my Canadian IT client. I was with an academy out there, and they are pretty much handling everything internally, but he mentioned that their students can essentially hack their backdoor on most of their applications, and he's just looking for a little more permission-based security. So it's about 180 users, 30 staff, 150 students. Should be a really good conversation for next week. Also got one for my Davenport IT client. I had spoken with the owner of a manufacturing company a couple months back, and they were having issues at the time. She just didn't have the time to get together, and finally reached back out, and they've had their issues resolved, but she was still open to at least hearing what we offered and how we might be able to upgrade some of their support options. So should be another good conversation for that last week of August, about 30 users or so. So yeah, really excited about how today's shaped up.
So I just got one for my Indianapolis IT client. I spoke with the town manager of the municipality. He pointed me over to the council, the head of the council, let me know that they're actually actively interviewing and looking at companies right now. So perfect timing. My client, he's out on vacation right now, but I got in touch with our CTO. We're getting a proposal put together for this Thursday. It's around 10 users, so we'll have the numbers here soon, but it sounds pretty good.
I got an appointment for my client down in it reached out to, it was a municipality. I reached out to the city manager, spoke with him. He said it actually was a really good timing. They were going to start putting out some bids, so he agreed to meeting with the owner, our owner, down in. They had about 18 users. Everything was in the clouds, 3 locations. I set that for next Thursday at 3 o'clock.
I set an appointment for my HVAC client out in Indianapolis. The facility is 108,000 square feet. There's 55 units there. Currently, he just has a contractor for preventative maintenance. But as far as all the bigger jobs, he's looking for a company to be able to do those. So we're going to be the only contractor really in line to do the bigger projects and bigger jobs. So it should be a pretty good appointment here at the end of March.
Got an appointment a little bit ago for my janitorial client in Salt Lake City. Reached out to their senior manager of their facilities. It is a co-working space, and they have about 6 to 7 locations within that Salt Lake City area. So we're going out to speak with them in a couple weeks. They're open to additional quotes, so should be a pretty decent one.
Got a good one today for my client out in Kansas City. It is with a construction company. Talked with them in the past. They said that they were not happy with who they're currently using. It's fully managed, 17 users, wants a competitive quote from us. We're going to meet them on site next Wednesday just to give them an introduction to us, get that information to get them a competitive quote. Should be a pretty good one, especially since they're not happy with their current MSP. Don't know contract terms, but there's definitely a need.
Calling my shot for Kennesaw. My client out in Kennesaw.
Had a lot of conversations, nothing yet, but calling my shot in California.
Nothing on the board yet today, but I am calling my shot in South Dakota, Rapid City.
Just helping on various accounts, trying to get all our zeros off. I think we only have like 5 or 6 zeros left, so not too shabby. Get those. We're ahead of pace on appointments, sitting like 4 or 5 above the average, so that's great.
I got 2 today, both for my IT clients in Ohio. First one was for Dayton. It was with a government organization. I had talked with the president, the executive director, a couple weeks back. Pointed me in the direction of their purchasing guy. Got a hold of him this morning. We set up a time for next week. Managed services and phones will be the topic of discussion. They have about 30 users, 30 to 50 users. That should be a good conversation. The second one was for my IT client in Akron. I talked with the president there as well. He pushed me down to one of their engineers who manages the relationship with their current provider. Don't have all the information yet, but that one is set up for the 24th. It's manufacturing, what my client specializes in, so that should be a good conversation as well.
Got a appointment booked with our roofer in Sacramento. Got an early morning appointment off the books, which feels nice. It's with a manufacturer that's approximately 50,000 square feet. Nice little TPO roof, and we're going to be stopping by next Tuesday at 10.
I got an appointment from my Virginia boys. Contacted the vice president or assistant principal of a Catholic school and said they haven't had their roof looked at in quite some time. Old, original, built up, so 20,000 square foot. Said give us a full rundown on anything and everything you see. Might be in the market for a new roof in the near future, so it's a good opportunity. Looking forward to it.
I got two this morning, one for a roofer in Connecticut. Follow up with this property probably from about 3 or 4 months ago. So that they have a bunch of interior projects they're actually looking at, labeled off a couple of them, and talked to my client, said perfect opportunity, stuff all he does. And then got another one for roofer in Dallas. It's a really good opportunity. Been speaking to this guy for the last year or so. Talked to him twice, and this was the 3rd time. And they have a flat roof on the property that's needing some work, but the whole property is about 1 million square feet. So really good conversation, really good opportunity scheduled for this week.
It's a pretty good morning so far. We had a bunch of appointments. Logan's got 1, almost 2. He's got an email waiting. Hawaii is it's maybe 8 a.m. now. So I think it's actually 7 a.m. now with the time change. So he'll have another one later this afternoon. Schaefer got one while I was on a partner meeting with their clients, so it's the best time to get an appy. He's loving the service, super excited about what Schaefer's doing, and they might have a closed deal in the near future. So we'll get that recorded when the time comes. And then Will just got the client, he took over in New Jersey, Yellow. So they're going to be loving our service. They just had to switch reps a little bit. We can make the change proactively and make sure they're getting appointments and it's working. So super excited about today.
Today's been going good so far. Like you were saying earlier, I was able to get sort of an appointment for FBC, waiting on dates and times just to confirm that one. But I also was able to get one for Cayman Associates. It was roughly 20 users. Unhappy with how their current provider's forcing them into contracts, so it should be a pretty good one. Gonna go discuss that with them. But yeah, I'll also call my shot for a Atlas appointment this afternoon. So going for a 3-piece.
Snagged an appointment last night at 5, so right at closing time. It's a pretty good appointment. They got 15 users that need help on compliance, so we're getting that set up. This morning got some warm leads in the pipeline and calling my shot for soaring towers this afternoon.
Got another appointment for my New Jersey IT client. I was with a business management consultancy that I've been talking with for a while. They have a management company in Texas, but he's really excited to talk with us about some local support. So got a meeting set for next Monday, about 25 users. Also calling my shot for another Canadian IT appointment as well.
Got an appointment for my IT client in Texas. Should be an easy one to get. And then I'm going to call my shot for second half for Service Master.
I will call my shot for my roofer in Houston and my roofer in Michigan this afternoon.
I'm going to call my shot for my roofer in Florida this afternoon.
Grind of a morning, but we are going to get some big stuff this afternoon. I saw half my clients to touch on, so I'm going to call my shot in Tampa.
I've never been better, and I'm calling my shot in New Jersey, and if I don't make an appointment in New Jersey, I owe Matt Sifford $5.
Doing pretty good. I think Christian's the only one with an appointment today. Had a slew of partner meetings this morning, so getting all that stuff squared away. Been calling my shot out in Knoxville today. Actually, I'm going to call myself in too. I'm going to call myself for my client here in St. Louis as well.
I got an appointment today for my IT client in Pennsylvania. It's with a local township. I was told the maintenance director there is the best person that handles that relationship. I spoke with him briefly. He said that he's got a lot going on. They're remodeling, kind of redoing their infrastructure in their office. Have an office move at the moment to wanting to connect, but couldn't do it the next couple of weeks, so we scheduled it for the first week of April. Looks like there are about 30 users. He didn't have time on the phone to go over it, but sent him over an email as he requested with kind of some questions to go more in depth on what we should touch on when we connect in April. Should be a pretty good conversation.
I'm gonna have something in the afternoon for West Palm. Calling my shot in West Palm. Just watch.
Doing pretty good today. Been cold this morning, but we're going to get one for Oxnard tonight. I'm feeling good about it.
I've been building records for Arkansas and Manhattan, so a lot of good stuff that I'm cooking up, but no appointments yet this morning. This afternoon, I'm going to call my shot again for San Francisco. I'm really hoping for one of those. And then I guess Brett has our only appointment, so let's hear about it.
Pretty good appointment this morning for my Akron HVAC client. Maintenance director at assisted living, about 60,000 square foot, 9 total units. Their PM agreement just recently fell off, so they're looking to get another quote for preventative maintenance. And they also have a kitchen cooler that they're looking to fully replace.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're headed out there on Tuesday to try and quote for that.
I'll go ahead and call my shot for my IT firm out in Destin.
I'll go ahead and call my shot for Nailed IT in San Jose. Need to get the third one for them. Get that out of the way early.
Decent morning. I got us rolling with a couple for my Harrisburg roofer. One's with the mini hospital. It's about 125,000 square feet. New guy on staff, doesn't even know what they have, so we're going to go by, get them an inspection later this month, and then got one in a very similar vein, especially after the winter. A lot of people just want to know what damage has been done. Really bad winter up north. So that's where the senior living, we're setting that for later this month.
Yeah, I set an appointment for my cleaner out in Birmingham with the company. Lady oversees 280,000 square feet, so we're going to go out there, quote, quarterly cleaning as well as potentially daily cleaning. So it should be a good one. Have that set for the end of March.
Emma got a proposal out for her cleaner.
It's for a funeral home in Texas. It's $970.
Just got one for my roofer in LA. It's a pretty big industrial complex. Not sure on the exact square footage, what we're going out there in the next couple weeks, so it should be a pretty good one.
I got out a post about the daily recap from March 6th, and then I got out a post about Brigham and the email marketing feature that they recently rolled out. And then I got the post out about Lauren and Casey down at SEMO, so that's added to the playlist. You'll be seeing that. And then I got out a post about Emily's recent proposal. And then I also got out episode 64 about our podcast.
I've just been making kind of some final touches on the tablet and mobile version for Nailed IT site. I sent it to him Friday to review the desktop version. Follow up with him today since I haven't heard from him. And then I kind of jumped back into planning the new sitemap for the Arsenal website, how we're going to structure that for the best results for SEO, and hopefully start getting our own warm leads from our website. So.
Sat with Becky for a little bit, and we worked on getting the active and inactive files in the correct spot and getting everything updated. And now today I'm going to be working on Friday and Thursday's events and getting those organized.
Finished up some social media for some clients, gone over some blog topics, and just trying to look up what would really rank better for on Google, like SEO results and stuff like that. Lauren kind of helped me with that, and just working on some Google business profile stuff for some clients.
Just been reaching out to more candidates. We've had some candidates accept recently. We got 3 new hires, all BDRs starting on the 23rd, with another BDR starting in a couple months after vacation, and John Purdue starting full-time a month after that. So got a handful of candidate or new hires coming in. Just trying to find more.
We had a guy accept offers, so that's really good. Followed up with a candidate I met at a career fair yesterday, had a really good phone call with him. He's interested in a summer internship. So good news there, and had a phone screen for our candidate Ellis Mechanical for their plumbing position. So all good news.
My name's Becky. I'm an HR manager here, and today's my second day. So what I'm doing is just getting acquainted with everybody and working with Angie on some things on the computer, getting settled, going through the different policies and procedures, and going through the benefits, and just getting started with working here. So I'm glad to be here.
I've been working on getting the journeys saved, so having it look at appointments if you have something else other than contact saved on that journey. So getting that for the email automation, and that's what we've been working on today.
Yeah, I'm looking into setting up a multi-factor authentication to logging into the CRM. Just gonna work on looking into the third parties and libraries and seeing what we can integrate with.
Today I have, did 2 kickoff calls this morning with 2 new clients. Got them all scheduled throughout the month with me for their implementation. I also have 2 Balto builds today with new clients. I'm also working on list uploads, and then working a little bit on some payroll bonuses for our reps, And then this afternoon I have a meeting with Becky and Angie together just to kind of go over everything with payroll and just anything I can do to help.
What's going on this morning? Let's go around the room. What have we run into?
I ran into a couple just no guys, but I got my one rescheduled from this morning. I'm gonna follow up with that guy. I followed up with that guy that canceled on Friday. I think I can get him back on the calendar.
Yep.
He seemed genuinely excited about it. I'm gonna follow up with him again tomorrow, I think, because I don't understand really why he ended up declining. But
I mean, things come up. Yeah, you just gotta stay on top of them. It's just like anything else.
Just try and get a few guys rescheduled that have missed.
What have you been running into this morning as far as some of the guys you're calling go?
More just general, like, I think the one I had, the only one that I could have like acted differently on was the one where we could have maybe added to their team of sales execs, or they already had like their own team. But I guess combating that objection a little bit better, but we talked about that, so
yeah,
know what to do next time.
You know, cold calling works. That's why they've invested in it. So, are you looking for more? Clearly, if I can do a better job for a better price, would you not consider using somebody else? It's all economics. You know, what's the best fit? The interest is already in cold calling. So if anybody's got in-house teams, it should be green flag. All right, cool. Then I'm in the right spot. You know the value of what I do. And then you start laying into the value. This is what I've done for this guy. This is what I've done for this guy. And then that's where you just got to try to overcome every objection. Be ready for them. Objection overcoming, they're always going to have something to What about you? What you been running into this morning? I see 50 calls plus, so.
Yeah, I want to get 1 or 2 KDMs. Both of them are just not looking for more service work, and they don't need any more tags.
Sending emails, talks to everybody?
Emails and knocks.
Okay.
I had a lot of people that they're good fit companies that can't get a hold of them. So rather than just keep calling them, I kind of pivoted to like VP of sales or just someone else that we want to work with to at least see if we can spark some interest to then get them. One of them left the voicemail for a GM because I couldn't find anything on the president and all his mobiles were disconnected. So he replied saying, hey, send me some stuff via email, and he said, hey, I want to book a time or set up a time. So at least we'll go from there and see if that gets anything. But that's what I've been doing this morning.
Called some Camden, which it's kind of a waste of time during dialing hours. There wasn't anything in there, so I'm like isolating Philly leads to Camden leads, and I just decided to scrap that and save that for another time where I can already have a list to call. So I moved into Syracuse, called through all that. Don't think I spoke with anybody in Syracuse except for 2 UTEC, the guy you already pitched. They said they're still interested, but dealing with maintenance renewals right now. So they said they're going to need another 2 weeks before they're ready to even think about onboarding. So I was like, all right, give me a call in 2 weeks. I think it's kicking tires, personally.
Yeah.
And just now I went through my entire Syracuse list, and I just moved into Columbus, Georgia. I'm about 2 records deep into that. I spoke with 1 decision maker so far today.
Okay.
Spoke to a couple people. One was a follow-up from last week. He was wanting to get the login, create his own environment. I was like 95% sure he was going to do it over the weekend. Didn't, but called him today. He still wants to check it out. He was just, I don't know, he's probably kicking tires too, but he's just saying how busy he was. I told him, the sooner you get on there, the sooner we can, have a conversation, see if he wants to kind of implement it. So he was up to it. He doesn't want to find a time to meet. He'd rather just see the platform in action. So I'm going to give him a call back later this week if I don't see that he logged into the platform. Talked to another guy in LA. Me and Nick went through it, but basically he gave me the objection that he didn't want to work with us on a different service if we already have one of his competitors for a different service. So to avoid that whole interaction, I opened up the conversation by letting him know that we found somebody to work with. This call wasn't about sales, it was about the platform. Me and Nick talked, I'm just going to jump right into a platform and then answer the questions as he goes through and remembers if we are exclusive or if we have somebody. So that should help me have a little bit better conversations, down the road in the conversations. But other than that, going through all my follow-ups from my IT markets, and then hopping on roofing this afternoon, going through Atlanta, OKC, Texas markets, see if we can get something spiced up.
started off strong. We had 3 new clients in 4 days, and now we're 2 days in a row without signing somebody up, and then now we're on, you know, day 3. So we got to be pushing 15, 20 plus every month, no matter what. And that all starts with getting apps. So, I mean, it's not that difficult to get 2 a day if you're staying sharp and you're calling the right people. Just, you gotta get some guys on the phone. You can't keep having slow starts in the morning where there's 3 appointments and they're all from SEMA, right? We gotta take it into an extra gear, because these are the tough conversations where, like, if we're not getting appointments, then clearly we're not going to get deals. The calendar's going to start to go light, and if there's something that you need from me, you got to come and let me know. But like, we got to find ways to get some more meetings, more value in the conversations, getting people on the website, whatever you have to do. That's our job, is to set up sales meetings. So don't forget that. When you've got somebody on the phone, that's all you should be thinking about. By the end of this call, I'm getting an appointment. And we got to start getting the gears going, because we're running real slow right now. Like, there are some good meetings that we're having, but you know, I don't feel great when I've got 3 new clients on day number 10. You know, because at this rate, we're going to have 9 clients at the end of the month, unless we get some big days ahead of us.
Yeah, first I was able to get one for our San Diego roofer. It was a property management company. They had one of their locations that I was looking at, a new spray foam as well as some maintenance. So it's about 43,000 square feet, should be a pretty good one. I was able to get another one for our Hawaii roofer. I talked about it a little bit during intermission, but it was an email that I'd received. Finally got some dates and times for us to go out there. So doing a gutter cleaning as well as partial replacement, so it should be a pretty good one as well. That was about 10,000 square feet, so both pretty good ones.
I got an appointment today for our digital marketing client in New Jersey. Convenient for me. I told Matt Sifford, the media producer, if I didn't make an appointment there, I'd owe him $5. So I went out and made an appointment in New Jersey. Their website currently, if you click on their website, it just shows an error page. So it's a pretty easy sell. They had some internal problems going on, so that appointment's set for the very beginning of April. And we're really looking forward to seeing what comes out of this.
Got one today for roofer in Atlanta. Really good opportunity. It's with a local university. Spoke with the supervisor of plant operations. A great contact there to be communicating with. And we're going to be going out there on the 25th. They have a bunch of just projects lined up. Plenty of parts of the campus that are super old, so they're going to need to get work on them. Kind of a 5-year plan type project where they're going to be progressively doing more and more of the building to get them replaced.